We have another BTS boracity video, and this time it's respect your seniors, mock your juniors. BTS's lesson on respect.
What does that mean? Respect your seniors, mock your juniors. Like, we just recently watched a BTS hardships video, right?
Yeah.
So could it be them? Obviously, they've always respected their seniors, but them getting mocked by their seniors?
Juniors.
As juniors, yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's kind of like the way they put quotation marks around it as well. It's kind of like the stigma or the norm. It's like, as a junior, you have to respect the senior. And the senior can kind of do anything to you.
Do whatever they want. Exactly.
And I think for us, we should be realizing that the seniors should be respecting the juniors. But I think what we're going to see, like you guys mentioned, is them actually mocking us.
In one of the latest episodes of Run Jin of BTS had 4 famous guests, a singer and 3 comedians. As comedians do, the first thing they do when they enter the room is joke about being there with ulterior motives. They each want to promote something, but this is no problem. A lot of guests do this. What has really started a lot of conversations within the BTS fandom is the reason why one of these comedians accepted the invitation.
진이하고 약간 사연적인 게 셰프님께서 맛있는 거 얘기하다가 나 섭섭함을 한번 토론한 적이 있어요. 제가요? 제가요?
기대가 있어야 섭섭한 거 아니에요?
근데 나는 BTS가 나한테 섭섭한 거야.
너무 부럽다.
나 너무 궁금해. 뭐지? 예전에 뭐 어떤 방송에서 나한테 인사를 했는데 내가 인사를 잘 안 받아서
전혀 기억은 안 나는데 너무 하신 거 아니에요? 너무 한 거야,
그래서 내가
섭섭하다.
그래서 아니 행복이 주저 앉았잖아. 내가 너에게 그건 아니지. 근데 그냥 그거 풀겸
좋습니다.
This seems like it's not that big of a deal. This comedian is jokingly apologizing about a past awkward situation, and Jin is joking about it as well. This incident is so insignificant to Jin that he cannot even remember what happened, and he had no problem inviting this comedian to his show. So why is this moment being debated by fans? The answer is a little more complicated than it seems, so please let me finish the full idea. As BTS started growing in popularity, it only became more and more evident how truly extreme, normalized, and damaging power dynamics can be in the South Korean entertainment industry. Most K-pop fans are aware of the importance of respecting your seniors or some beliefs that exists not just in K-pop but in South Korea. It's a cultural thing. It's in their language. It's in all their interactions. Most K-pop fans also know the power that the big 3 K-pop labels have. So we know that the ones with power because of age, popularity, or seniority deserve respect. Junior groups should bow down to their seniors and not lazily, or there can be a scandal. None of this is being praised or criticized by fans. What is actually being talked about now is how this dynamic is perceived by the juniors, especially the juniors with no company seniors or any kind
like
of power.
BTS
Because BTS started with no popularity, seniority, money, or power, they were expected to accept humiliation by their seniors, to not complain about it, and to show respect either way. Of
With
course,
nothing in return.
BTS were not the only group to receive this kind of treatment, but they are the only ones who were able to completely flip the dynamic and expose it fully. BTS became the biggest group not just in K-pop but in the world. So now, the seniors who publicly or privately a decade ago seem forced to apologize. This creates a complicated and sometimes emotional layer to this very simple clip.
It's like, would he have apologized if it wasn't for his own gain?
Exactly.
Like I've mentioned, K-pop fans know about the ways in which seniors should be treated because seniors call juniors out when they don't do it. But how did the seniors treat the juniors back? In the case of BTS, the response they got when they first started was literally nothing. As artists with no power or fame, they were not approached by anyone around them. In their book Beyond the Story, BTS explains that they were given no attention at the award shows. They were dwarfed by countless established artists who were already beloved by the public. And because BTS was the only group from Big Hit Entertainment to attend, they did not have older colleagues from the company.
It's because no one's felt like they were going to gain anything from talking to him. It's all transactional.
But see, this must be so weird for them. Think about it, right? It's like all these people that did not give you any time of day, nothing, and then once you make it all the way up,
now they want to come back around.
Then those people start acting different. It's like, that has to be the most weirdest experience. And for them, they have to just almost move past it and forget about it.
You almost have to accept it because, this is the reality.
Yeah.
Which is, it's sad.
Which takes a big person to do, I feel like. It's like not holding any resentment and leaving all that behind because they probably know that it's just going to weigh them down. Right? So it's like, damn. It's interesting.
10. They did not have older colleagues from the company to introduce them to other artists. No one spoke to them, and they could not approach anyone. All they could do was attend the award shows and step onto the stage to give brief comments and thanks and return straight to the dormitory. The first 2 BTS albums had low sales that kept increasing little by little. These albums also got good audience reception, but of course, none of these matters to the industry or to other K-pop groups who were light years above them. BTS explained that this indifference by the industry didn't stop them. Let's remember that this treatment was mostly behind the scenes. We didn't know this was going on. So BTS simply stayed silent and continued fighting. What truly shocked them was their first public humiliation. RM and Suga started their musical careers as underground rappers, and in some ways they left this world to join BTS in the K-pop idol industry. This was not the easiest route to success though, because BTS's journey in the K-pop industry was so difficult. They lacked the resources and opportunities others had in the industry, and in many ways, they could have suffered less in the industry as independent artists or producers. But this risky decision and struggle didn't matter to their former friends from the rap scene. To them, BTS were just like the privileged idols from the big three, and they had to be called out. Ironically, BTS was not invited to many TV shows, so one of their first interviews was at a hip-hop podcast. This was the moment when RM and Suga were publicly exposed. They were accused of being sellouts, wearing makeup, performing as girls, and so much more.
방탄소년단 무대에 올라갔을 때 등장을 한다면 또 메이크업을 하는 거에 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 아니라 여자.
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
네?
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
이게 머리를 모아내서 그러면서 곡을 써서 사람들 그거
그러면 지금은 약간 임시로 돈을 벌어서
아니면 그런 건 아니에요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었어요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었다. 뭘로? 제가 당시요
미움도 없고 아무것도 없고 뭔가 이렇게 같은 길을 갈 수 있었던 사람들인데 뭔가 그걸 유혹을 못 이기고 같이 뭔가
All of this, of course, was excused and celebrated because this is how hip-hop is. And teenagers Suga and RM were ready to respond with songs directed at everyone who insulted them, including this rapper 10 years older. RM said, taking an insult like that to our faces and from someone in the same industry.
That's 10 years older.
When I learned how to respond when you're walking down the street and you get slapped in the face.
Literally, they probably had no idea that was gonna happen.
Yeah. So the TV show finally reached out to RM.
And they apologized?
Yes, and it was to talk about this incident, which they accepted, by the way. Now, what intrigues me is once again, who are always the targets? There are many rappers in K-pop, and there are many underground rappers who become K-pop idols. But the ones who were called out were
the ones who have no backing,
unknown juniors, the nobodies. Exactly. There is an underground rapper who in 2014 made a popular song dissing many K-pop rappers, although he became a big three K-pop idol himself just the next year. But that's besides the point. The interesting thing about this is that the K-pop rappers he dissed were always from small labels, never the big three.
Is he dissing them now?
So of course,
RM,
he had to diss RM and BTS. After BTS grew in popularity, the rapper was asked why he dissed them, but he just gave the microphone to the CEO.
This guy,
saying that rappers diss each other. In 2024, 10 years after he dissed RM and BTS, the rapper admitted he was too scared of going after a big group.
그때 그런 게 있었거든요. 왜 엑소는 안 건드려? 그때 솔직한 답변은 엑소를 건드리면 죽을 것 같으니까.
And this is something I don't see a lot of people talking about. It's true that these drugs are part of hip-hop, and RM and Suga know that very well. But consistently going after small rappers completely
unprovoked, that's the main thing.
They did nothing.
Exactly. Confronting rappers from your same level of fame, I would
pick on someone your own size.
Very lame.
If you're gonna actually diss someone above you, I like it.
Some attribute the disbandment of certain small groups to these unprovoked confrontations by bigger artists. Just keep this in mind. The big three didn't debut any groups in 2013. So out of all these 2013 small groups, only BTS survived. And in a way, surviving gave them even more trouble because as the unwelcome guests, everything and everyone was against them. People wouldn't call them by their names. They referred to them as those bulletproof guests. So of course, the only opportunities networks gave the unwelcome guests came with false pretenses.
Holy shit.
BTS was invited to perform a collaborative stage with a K-pop group 2 years their senior at the 2014 Mamas. However, this was marketed as a confrontation, not as the friendly collaborative stage they thought it would be. This trick came at the worst time for BTS. This was a somewhat small, stressful situation on top of a season full of false hope and disappointment. After the school trilogy, BTS prepared a project that put the future of their team on the line. Their first studio album, Dark and Wild, and its single, Danger. They went to the US to shoot their first show,
I've heard this a couple of times now,
while recording their album simultaneously in a garage. They wrote, recorded, and selected songs more diligently than ever. They planned their hardest choreography and then changed it again and again to perfection. They shoot their show until 8 p.m., then they practiced their performances all night and went to the accommodations at sunrise, covered in sweat. They slept for some hours and then they started shooting again. They were so sleepy, they used to sneak into the bathroom to take naps. However, their big project didn't receive any nominations. Suga said, "We suffered so much for it. So why?" About this era, their book says, the grueling practice sessions leading up to the Mama performance were not solely because of the friendly competition. BTS was truly desperate. J-Hope says, all those performances for Danger were really exhausting. When we had that comeback with Danger, releasing the Dark and Wild album, we'd done about 20 music show pre-recordings, and then went to a different program where they announced first place. We were told we had to be there, so we went up there live, completely out of it. Then it turned out we weren't even candidates for first place, which I think was a big shock. J-Hope's shock was not purely due to their performance on the rankings. V tentatively goes into further detail about the situation. It's fine if other teams are named as candidates for first place. We just need to work harder. But at the broadcasting stations, we'd always be the first to say hello and greet everyone, the seniors and the juniors alike. But some people just ignored us or passed right by, or mocked us for not being candidates for top picks. After the broadcast, we all got into the van together. Someone was crying, someone was getting really mad, and someone just couldn't speak. That unspeakable disappointment and that tear-jerking emotion was too much. So their first podcast appearance served as some kind of trap. The multiple invitations to the winners' ceremonies also felt like traps. And their first collaborative stage was also a trap. Seniors made fun of them in front of the camera and behind the stage. Now it's the turn of the variety shows.
That's so dumb because you want to uplift the next generation, the people that are coming up, right? Even that rapper who disses people below him, right? I said, like, if you're gonna diss someone, diss above, but like obviously you shouldn't diss anyone. But it's like, why are they dissing people lower than you? Like, what do you gain from that?
It's part of hip hop culture or whatever. Diss someone that is like backed by like in the same standing as you.
Exactly.
Not some small group that's done absolutely nothing to you, right? It makes zero sense.
It can be looked at as insecurity. Like he's worried that the person below him might overshine him at some point. So he's trying to diss him to, make him feel like he's below him.
And I think because we see that stat of where it was like these groups that come up, majority of them don't even make it past their first year. I can't remember the exact figures, right? Yeah. But I think, does the industry do it in the way so that only the real ones who are battle tested, they can endure this and can make it out, will be worth coming out? Like, because if the whole industry is going against you when you're young, it's like, do they actually want to get rid of all the people that like can't make it and only have like, if you can make it through the traps and everything, then you're really destined to make it?
No, but that's only for, you're talking about the small groups.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why where the discrepancy lies. If you're in the big three, as they call it,
then it doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't matter. You're comfy. There's no traps. You're gonna get the shows. You're gonna get all this. But like you're saying, like BTS, the fact that they were able to get out of that, it's like they're the only ones. So it's like, there's no other shot other than BTS.
Exactly.
Like, they showed that list of 2013 where no one from the big three debuted. Look now, not a single one of them are active, right? So I don't think, and you can't just have another BTS like that, you know what I mean? So in order to foster more groups, the smaller companies have to be, like, they need to be helped, but they're not being helped.
And I feel like BTS is definitely the type of people that are going to uplift the next generation and do the exact opposite of what's happened to them, right? And all these people, once BTS started getting power, they start apologizing, they start doing all this shit. Because they're scared. It's not genuine. It's not... They don't see BTS as humans. It's like, oh shit, wait, if I don't apologize to BTS, I'm gonna lose all my connections, I'm gonna get fucked. Like, it's literally all of that. Like, they never apologized back then.
Even from a point of view of these guys were also on the come up at some point of their lives. They started, I'm assuming they didn't start with a big hit either, right? So they started low in their careers. Surely they can empathize with the
smaller. A lot of
people
didn't though.
That's the thing.
Because they started with the big companies.
Three. If you start with the big...
These smaller company people, no one's made it. Like,
no one's made it.
Oh, that we know of anyway.
Like, no one's BTS.
Very rare, yeah.
No
one's BTS that made it all the way to the top.
Yeah.
So it's all of these, like,
And I guess like they mentioned, even at the award shows, there was no older group in Big Hit that could introduce them to anyone.
Yeah.
So like genuinely, they were literally starting their own pathway, and they're literally anomalies with what they've done.
They started their own company pretty much. They had no seniors. They had nothing, right?
I was just gonna say, even the people that about like Bang PD and stuff, they wouldn't even be able to do anything because they had no standing.
Exactly.
And now they're up, bro.
We up.
Also a trap. Seniors made fun of them in front of the camera and behind the stage. Now it's the turn of the variety shows. BTS was finally getting some real recognition in 2015. The fandom was truly growing, so Jungkook had his first solo variety show appearance. Jungkook enthusiastically
this was heartbreaking,
man. For everyone as a gift. However, the cast rejected the food and made fun of Jungkook for buying it. They accused him of giving them leftovers. The cast...
someone in the comments let us know he bought that with his own money and everything.
Oh my god. Did those guys apologize after they realized?
Yeah, and then after like 10 years.
Yeah, after like 10 years, like
they said. I remember
comments about what happened. You're missing the point that it's variety. It is part of variety to be rude. It's creating humor. Jungkook is not the first or the last to be quote-unquote disrespected on TV. It's variety. Let me repeat. It's variety. Acting rude is honestly one of the mildest things that could happen on Variety. I honestly wonder how would you guys have survived if this was second generation, where comments on Variety were straight up biting lots of times, and games were physical and taxing. And once again, I need to bring back the topic of this video. In this scenario, Jungkook is the junior. He is showing respect. He is bringing a gift. But the expectation from him is not just to show respect. It's also to accept
he can't say anything,
which he did the rest of the episode, showing no complaints. He even urged fans to stop voting for him, as to not offend the rest of the cast. Not long after this incident, BTS was invited to perform at the Busan One Asia Festival 2016. BTS were included in the promotions. ARMYs bought tickets and tuned into the online broadcast. However, at the last minute, the event posted a comment in the online
this is the thing we
broadcast
saw.
Due to circumstances of the artist, BTS will not be appearing in today's broadcast. This was a lie. BTS had their makeup, outfits, and microphones ready. Their fans were there in the audience, but the show ended and BTS was completely cut. After the performers left the stage, BTS refused to leave, and they performed their full set in a stage with leftover confetti while no cameras were rolling. This type of fighting attitude as a response to bullying and mistreatment must have really pissed off the industry. Remember, the Big Three didn't create any groups in 2013, so no 2013 group should survive.
That's what they wanted,
but BTS was not just surviving, they started to become a real threat to their seniors. In this context, it's important to understand the future hostility BTS will receive in the industry. BTS started outselling the biggest of the biggest groups in K-pop, so the easiest thing was to accuse BTS of everything. Big Three fans accused BTS of the illegal practice of sajiki, which basically means that they were buying their own albums. This was at a time when BTS's label didn't have the means to do something.
Where do they get the money for that, buddy?
Especially to the point of outselling the Big Three. Big 3 fans accused BTS of mocking the music of Big 3 groups
saw
when they
this.
were just
He was just singing
along to it. Big 3 fans accused BTS of copying multiple Big 3 groups, from outfits to common phrases. When BTS received their first music show win, when they held their own concerts, or had any special moments, Big 3 fans joined forces in movements of hate so big.
Death for BTS.
To the fair way, bro. One of the fans got threatened for being a BTS fan.
BTS has addressed these campaigns multiple times.
That's crazy.
Just because BTS started outselling everyone, Big 3 fans called award shows customer service and made petitions to the Blue House to investigate BTS and award shows. BTS was brought to court and they of course won their case. They organically outsold the Big 3. But many of their fans still believe that for some reason their groups were being sabotaged. You can easily find these fans today. After all these petitions, BTS is still won major categories at Mama 2017.
Oh my god, man.
And at the award show, a Big 3 group cried. If you search for any of these videos, Big 3 fans are still convinced in the comments that their favorite group was crying because they were robbed. Some accused BTS of cheating, while others accused the award show of being biased and favoring BTS, ignoring that BTS simply had the biggest year.
Bro, just look at the stats.
Exactly. Stop
How hard is it?
Now you may think, who cares about baseless accusations by fans? This is just a fandom thing that went too far. If senior groups would not even acknowledge BTS backstage, do you really think they wouldn't join this hate train as well? The odds really are against them, but that's behind the scenes, so we don't know with certainty. What we know is that after the hate campaign started, as always, BTS continued fighting. They performed at the Cannes Music Chart Awards in February of 2017. During their performance, the organizers at the event showed a very generic...
We said this is very generic.
And apparently, a Big 3 artist used it first, specifically a YG artist. A YG stage producer then posted a picture of the background on her Instagram account with the caption, or hard work.
Hard work, it's a no single
Bro, put me in the creative direction of that.
A kid can do that.
The family of two of the members of the YG group liked the post, which motivated Big 3 fans to accuse BTS even harder.
Them liking that is
It was
crazy.
not just fan wars. The family and producers of Big 3 groups were then involved, and no statement from Big Hit or the award show themselves clarifying that BTS was not in charge of the background could stop it.
BTS forgave everyone?
Or was it everyone?
BTS started 2017 with this terrible situation, but as I've mentioned, their attitude of never letting others stop them finally started paying off. In 2017, BTS became the first Korean group to receive a nomination at the Billboard Music Awards. They attended and won, so that year they had their American TV debut at the American Music Awards. Now the roles start to shift. The ones with popularity, money, power, and sometimes even seniority are BTS. Big 3 groups were then losing major awards for the first time ever. And despite their losses, they somehow managed to be the big ending performance at award shows, leaving audiences confused as to why the actual biggest group was not getting the biggest stage. But most times, Big 3 groups would simply boycott the shows. If they are not given awards, they are not attending and they are not performing. Sometimes making their company's juniors protest with them. Now, while at the top, BTS continues choosing to do something I don't know I could do. They choose to forgive. After that, underground rapper turned K-pop idol dissed RM, BTS, and other small rappers. RM met him backstage and they had fun. Although they are not friends, they really do seem fine with each other.
디스하고 하셨고 RM님도 바비님의 의도를 알기 때문에 맞받아서 맞디스 해주고 하면서 재밌는 점이 나왔는데
In 2021, BTS was invited to the variety show hosted by the comedian who rejected Jungkook's food and made him feel uncomfortable. Jungkook reached out to him privately before the show, and during the actual show, they laughed and hugged.
덤을 써주는 것 같아요, 진짜. 나쁜 편은 늙었다. 저는 그렇게 표현한 적이 없습니다. 리포트 자기 전에도 제가 문자
Although his brother added fuel to the fire by liking that plagiarism post, BTS seems to be okay with this singer. Jimin even collaborated with him. TV networks that mistreated BTS are now apologizing. That underground rapper who insulted them in their first podcast appearance asks for forgiveness every couple of years.
Bro, shut up, man.
Holy shit.
His apology. And on top of everything, celebrities we thought never had problems with BTS are now jokingly telling the members in their own show that they also disrespected them back in the day. Every year, there's a reconciliation with no real public apology. Having mistreated BTS in the past and being good with them now is almost an achievement. It's something to be jealous of. But what about the feelings of that small group crying in their car after being humiliated on TV and behind the scenes time and time again? What about the hundreds of groups being bullied to disbandment because of unprovoked confrontations started by way bigger performers?
Yeah, performative respect.
It's amazing and incredibly mature that the BTS members are continually choosing to forgive and move on, even purposefully hiding the identities of the idols who mock them in their debut years. But what comes as extremely difficult to process as fans is the overall feeling that comes with this new performative respect given to BTS. And I'm saying performative because many times this respect comes with this backhanded compliment of I show you respect because you have power, not because I actually respect you as an artist or person. When celebrities talk about BTS, how many times have we heard, how can you say that? Armies are going to kill you. I didn't mean it this way. Please don't come.
It's not about them, it's about their power. That's been the problem.
나 BTS를 진짜 좋아하는데 나 정말 선배님이 경고했잖아. BTS 선배님 얼굴을 다 외워.
This attitude is not new. Remember that the big three rapper didn't diss his actual competition, not because he respected them, but because he was afraid of their power. So when celebrities start showing that they are okay with BTS despite past controversies, they keep highlighting the idea of respect because of power,
not the actual good people. Exactly.
It feels not genuine, and sometimes it's proven to be not genuine. Sometimes apologizing to BTS gives someone attention. It creates jealousy. So how can we even begin to distinguish which one is genuine? And also, should we even think about it?
Coldplay.
Everyone's gonna learn to be like Coldplay, man.
I've noticed that the BTS fandom is very welcoming to anyone who associates with BTS. It doesn't matter if they are famous singers, song producers, backup dancers, or interviewers. This is an overall good attitude. But we need to remember that at the end of the day, this is an industry. The mainstream entertainment industry doesn't always have the exact same type of dynamics between juniors and seniors that K-pop has. But the idea of respect because of power and not because of actual respect exists as well. And just because someone working with BTS treats them nicely or compliments them non-stop doesn't mean that they are friends or that they truly like BTS's work. I'm not the one saying this. BTS is. RM said, we run into several kinds of artists overseas. There's the kind who are like, oh, you guys are famous these days. Good job, I guess. Go for it. And seem to look down on us a little. And those who are all business and go, I really want to do a song with you. And then there's a third category of people who are oddly positioned between those two. As an exception to these three categories, RM mentions Chris Martin of Foreplay. And by the way, this is the only friendship BTS has.
I want to see the distinction between these two. I mean, yeah, so the first one is literally looking down on them. The second one is how do I benefit? Because if I do a song with you, then I benefit. And then the other one is between the two. I'm looking down on you, but I also want to use you.
That's almost the fakest.
Yeah.
That's almost the ones where it's like you're nice to them, but you can sense the element of, you know, a bit of jealousy, envy.
What's the second one?
The third one. Because it's like, I still want to do... So I, like, my public perception, when everyone sees us
I still look down on you, but I still want to use you.
I still want to use you, exactly. No, but like I'm saying, those might be the most dangerous ones, because to the public eye, they might act all good and all everything, but behind closed doors, they're probably pieces of shit.
And Chris Martin, it's important that they're highlighting him as well, because we've seen a lot of the backstage times they shared together for the music videos and whatnot, and he was quite genuine in his approach, and you could tell he was like a fan. Even when Jungkook was singing, he was like commending him. He was giving them their props.
He's just a genuinely good guy.
He respects them as people, and I think that's the main thing. Like, all these people have just been looking at the power. Oh, BTS has less power.
Business.
Let's pick on them. BTS has more power. Let's apologize, right?
Exactly.
Never. Oh, BTS was this way and BTS is now this way, because they've been the same people. They've always been sincere, shown respect. You could have done the exact same thing before and now.
They never look at them as people.
It's just power.
They look at them as BTS, as this business, as part of the industry.
I guess in a way, if you have BTS next to whatever you're doing, you're gonna get clicks, right?
Yeah.
And I guess for some people, you either just be like, whatever, I don't really care about these guys, but let me get them on a song so I'll get my name up, or let me just kind of like
stir up some shit,
and I'll still get a massive name because people are gonna come after me.
Because I'm associated with the BTS name, whether it be positively or negatively, almost.
I think for ARMY and for like people like us that come across them, I feel like it's always about first you get enticed by their music, you like their music, and then you stay because they're such good people. It's because of how they are as people and how sincere they are that like ARMY and like people like us resonate with them so much.
Exactly. It's like the Jungkook thing, right? When you bought the food, it's like, yes, it's a variety show. Yes, it's all there. Yes, it's that industry of being a variety show. Yeah, you can take a second out of that to still be a good person and accept that thing. That's my view on that. It's
two
like
different things.
It's you can still have the variety show where you're doing all these things, but you can take a second out of that.
I feel like there is a base, no matter what the show is, the way I look at it, there is a baseline level of respect every human being deserves.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it could be anyone in that position. Doesn't it, like, if it was Jungkook, if it was Jin, if it was anyone else, when someone brings you food and they genuinely care for you, you show them a bit of respect.
If it's a segment, if it's a variety show segment, it's like, oh, is this how it is a variety show?
Exactly.
Tell them beforehand.
Exactly.
Tell him beforehand or afterwards or something. It's like, oh, you know what? Sorry for that. We're messing with you. Something like that, because that's how they're portraying it, right?
Exactly.
They only started saying all that shit after they got backlash.
Exactly.
So it's like after they got backlash, everyone's apologizing. Everyone's saying, but then BTS being the good people they are, no one's perfect, but these guys are genuinely choosing to forgive these people and like put in the past, which is insane. Like my mind goes straight to the switch with that episode, especially with Suga and RM, right? Yeah. Where they're talking about, oh, let's focus on the present and the future, right? Because if they think about the past, it's actually all shit like this.
Exactly.
So obviously it's gonna weigh you down and it's gonna, it's gonna be worse for you. So they have to look ahead.
And you have to make the conscious decision to not kind of interact and try to go back on those people and be like, look at us now, right?
Yeah.
Like that, I feel like they're natural human beings. It's like it'll be hard for them not to do that at times, right?
Exactly. And they have to for themselves as well.
Exactly, because sometimes like we talk about, we love it when they shit talk in the rap and they bring the energy. Yeah. But like we've mentioned, that's emotionally exhausting.
It takes a toll. 100%.
You bring that out every once in a while, but most of the time has to be about the present, the future, and all the good things.
Exactly. And I feel like if you look on the past so much with them as well, their past wasn't the greatest, man. Like, even for them as people, you don't always want to keep on going back to the past every time and keep on going to that like you're talking about, that energy or whatever it is, right? You want to keep on looking now at the present, the future, and what lies ahead that's good.
Even them hiding the idol's name that were like picking on them and shit before, like that's crazy by them, man. I feel like even if they forgive, like ARMY will never forgive.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like videos like this are still coming out.
Exactly.
So.
2. As an exception to these 3 categories, RM mentions Chris Martin of Coldplay. And by the way, this is the only friendship BTS had a section for in their book. Knowing BTS as a story, it's normal for fans to highlight the good interactions. It's nice to see that after everything they went through, BTS are finally receiving respect and common decency. But the respectful interactions we see on camera are not always what they look like. And I believe we shouldn't be pressured to thank, celebrate, and follow the other celebrity or being respectful.
It's a normal thing.
Unless I'm an actual fan of their work, I'm not following anyone who says hello to BTS. But that's just me. At the end of the day, the BTS members are the ones deciding to move on. They are finally in a position to brush off the bad interactions, accept the superficial ones, and forgive the old ones. And one of the reasons they want to move on is because they want to stop juniors and small artists from going through what they went through. BTS never pretends their juniors don't exist. BTS greets everyone around them. BTS doesn't reject their juniors' gifts. They are the ones giving them. BTS gives their juniors encouraging words. Some idols are even surprised that BTS would be kind, which makes me wonder how other seniors interact with their juniors.
Yeah.
근데 정말 놀랐던 게 너무 저희한테
The fact that it's surprising
says a lot about the industry.
Exactly.
Oh, we shook
But what we
hands,
know
bro.
for sure
That's how it
is
should
that
be. That's how it
BTS is
should
purposefully using their seniority and fame to change the experience of junior idols.
아니, 선배님이랑 진짜 사실 이렇게 대화할 기회가 없으니까
그냥 말 걸면 돼.
아니 이게 말을 못 걸겠어요. 저도 선배님들한테 다가가기가 좀 어렵다고 해야 되나? 그래서 사실 너무 긴장하고 왔거든요.
왜요?
그 누구보다도 후배들이 오면
Exactly.
생각을 많이 해요.
Because of what they went through.
형한테 너무 감사한 게 그렇게 챙겨주시는 형이 형밖에 없어요. 형한테도 물어봤었어요. 형 왜 그렇게 저희를 챙겨주세요? 형이 우리 아니 너한테 이런 얘기.
If only they had that, man.
Facts.
Fuck.
Exactly.
Oh, literally.
우리는 물어볼 때도 없어. 내가 안 챙겨주면 누가 챙겨주지라는 생각이 좀 많았었거든.
사실 이런 선배님이 많이 없다고 생각해요. 찐으로 너무 감사하고 형한테 개인배라고 느껴지는 모먼트 있잖아요. 취향이 얘기했던 대로 나는 그럴 사람이 없었다. 그 얘기를 본인이 해주잖아요. 나도 저런 선배가 돼야겠다.
나한테 보여줄 필요는 없고
Yeah, exactly.
이렇게
BTS paved the way.
공식적으로 하고 싶은 얘기가 그냥 저희는 형들이랑 선배를 뒀잖아요. 당연히 선배님들이
아.
본인들 입으로 얘기하지 않으시겠지만 진짜 이런 사람들이 없다니까요, 세상에 그냥.
Here's some of the translation of one of the many BTS songs about the dynamic between juniors and seniors and how they want to change it. It could be a strenuous journey. The path I walk may have looked like it's made of flowers, but know that it was a thorny one, with enemies surrounding on all sides. I hope you never forget those who throw flowers onto your path. When you're smiling, don't ever forget about those who are crying, because it's your smile that helps them live through the day. When the repetitive schedules erase you, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to take a brief rest. Cry out loud when you become to hate the world. When the hands that used to greet you turn into fingers pointed
This
at
lyrics,
you.
that's crazy.
You surviving on snoozes to get closer to your dream. It's okay to rest. Today at least, don't even dream. When you silently show me a faint smile, only then I feel a little relieved. This place is a war zone without gunshots. Your peers are your enemies. The brutal yet beautiful good and evil, determined by numbers. When I fail to kill someone else, I become the one to die. Why do I have to kill someone when this
Exactly.
is
Why are we
not
fighting?
awesome? I hope you never laugh at someone else's misfortune, because you never know if you'll find yourself in the same situation.
Yeah.
Behind you, growing a dream while watching me. I'll always be a stand-in, so don't worry too much. If you're afraid of falling, I'll gladly catch you. So don't suffer like I did.
Sugar.
Damn, of course it was Sugar, bro. Like, what a way to end that video, bro. Holy
Bro, I think videos like this, it's really putting into perspective how much of an anomaly BTS actually is. This is crazy because all the turbulence that they had to go through, that Bangtan as a whole had to go through throughout this journey and be able to perform at those levels and be in the position they are in today, bro, it's never hurt, like, it's never been seen.
It's crazy to say, but these guys are almost better people than they are artists.
Yeah, they are. That's genuine.
They genuinely are, because we obviously when we first started our journey, like I've mentioned, you have their music, but when you start watching the In the Soups, the Run BTS, you fall in love with the people.
Yeah. I think it's because of who they are, their music is so good, if that makes sense. Because the lyrics are very big, I'd say, like, the majority of why we love their songs, right?
Hits.
So, I mean, that's because of the people they are. And they're just saying what they've been through.
And the meanings that they give, right? And you talk about the power that they hold now, especially, and it is true, they are very powerful, right? Yeah. And the fact that they're now using it for good, it's like, they're just bigger people, because when you have that much power, if you drop one name or one thing, you can easily cook that person, basically, right? And they're choosing to go down that forgiveness route. It blows my mind still.
And in a way, I guess they channeled that energy of, these people that disrespect me. They channeled that all into the music. They didn't channel into like bullshit, bickering with them, like talking shit, which a lot of these bigger artists probably did. Like they want to use their energy to diss instead of putting the music. That's why they're out the industry. BTS, they use their energy on the actual songs, on the thing that matters the most.
I also love that Sugar said, the lyrics that said, don't forget the people that put the flowers on your path as well, right? Because I'm just thinking of like people like Epic High, right? Epic High, those guys, I feel like they were actually seniors that cared about BTS, and you can see that they're still going to their interviews and stuff like that, choosing to go back there, right? It's like, if you treat us like this, we won't forget about you either, right?
And even like when Sugar called, I think it was Pablo from them, right? It's like, or Tablo, I don't remember. Tablo, something like that. Yeah. Like during the AMAs when he was like stressing and all that, and the fact that he kind of at least had some person there. We talked about it during the interview, but it's like, you need someone like that, right? Definitely. And the fact that they didn't have anyone in their company specifically, it's a lot harder, I feel like, right? Exactly. And that's not to say, though, I feel like, yes, the big three, you get a massive advantage, but that's not to say everyone there's also bad.
Yeah,
you know
of course,
what I mean?
of
there's specific people, there's specific scenarios, I feel like, right?
But it's clearly rare because these juniors being like, oh, there's really no one that does this for us, right? Him saying that to Sugar is already like, that's crazy. Why was the industry always
it's like
this?
they shook our hands.
Yeah.
I find that so crazy, you know? Like, it's like...
And if anyone doubts...
people at the end of the day.
If anyone's doubting BTS's sincerity with all of this, right? They have not... Them choosing to forgive after watching this video and them choosing to forgive all of this speaks volumes about who they are and how sincere they are.